Hello, my name is Marc Delandre. I am Belgian and I am 57 years old. I am an intelligence agent, member of Gladio, Gladio. This organization has its headquarters in Belgium and belongs to NATO. Gladio is specialized in false flags operations. We talk about the operation ordered by the governments in order to manipulate their population and hide the real cause and culprits of these operations. On May 8, 2019, I just uploaded to YouTube a video about the plane crash, which happened in Moscow on Sunday 5, 2019. I invite you to look at this important video that explains you the reason and the circumstance of this crash. This video explains in detail why this plane crash was a false flag operation organized by Russia. Through a Russian agent, Russia tried that I confirmed that this plane crash was a Gladio operation. Feeling the trap, I did not do it. So on May 8, I wanted to record a video to explain this crash and the role of this Russian agent. The French version was recorded on May 8 at 6 p.m. Immediately Gladio showed on its signal a first peak. I then launched an alert on my Facebook page. Shortly after 11 p.m., I was finishing the English version of the same video. Gladio then showed a new peak on this signal. I made a new alert on my Facebook page. I feared a HAARP attack in France. On May 9, around 6 a.m. Paris time, I upload the English version on YouTube. The Gladio signal made immediately a new peak, but at the same time another huge peak was created on my subsignal. So I put a new alert on Facebook. I remind you that this subsignal, which is linked to me, it's a part of the main Gladio signal. It is more precisely a selection of the main Gladio signal. If a peak appears on this subsignal linked to me, it means that the operation in progress has a link with me too. Only this time I did not understand this alert on the main Gladio signal and on mine at the same time. In theory, it should be an attack linked to me. But I did not see this attack. After, Gladio seemed to draw a straight line, which should mean a HAARP attack. And this straight line, there was a little extra peak that I did not understand either. This straight line ended when I just load the French version of this video on YouTube. However, I did not see anything on the news and I was wondering. I asked to my friend on Facebook to search with me. Around 7 p.m. my analyst, Earth Sea Climate, sent me the image of a storm. I did not pay attention to it, and my friends on Facebook did not find anything either. Since it was getting late, I went to bed. On May 10 in the morning, I was again in front of the same alert of the day before. So I spoke to my computer aloud, so to Gladio. I asked them what this alert meant. I don't like alerts without attacks. I searched again in the news, still nothing. I then went through my message I received the day before and during the night. I fell again on the ones sent by my analyst, Earth Sea Climate. I read them more carefully. Dawn burst in Moscow. I compared the hours and I finally understood. I discovered that on May 9, 2019, there was a military parade in Moscow. The planes could not participate in this parade due to the bad weather. Then I discovered the pictures and I understood that it was about HAARP, who transformed the Moscow sky in tornado, storm, rain, and hail. The cloud had indeed this round shape coming from HAARP, so it was definitively HAARP. This sudden storm matched with the hand of the straight line on the Gladio signal, but also with the hand of my uploadings of my videos about the plane crash in Moscow. The warning on the main signal of Gladio corresponded to the HAARP attacks on Moscow, while the alert on my signal showed that this attack was related to me. Only one reason seemed obvious to me. Gladio came in this way to avenge me for my manipulation by the Russians and using HAARP on Moscow. It was obvious, since everything matched until the small peak on the straight line marking the beginning of the parade. The target was Moscow, the army and its military parade, preventing even planes to join it. The attacks were signed on the Gladio signal, at the right time, but most of all on my subsignal. It was therefore a revenge operation. It was absolutely obvious that such a show of force, without causing any death, did me the same effect that the anagram with the Notre Dame Cathedral in Paris. By this kind of action, Gladio seemed to attract the attention again on me, but this time with a touch of anger and threat, directed to those who would like to attack me again. This black cloud on Moscow generated by HAARP illustrated this message very well. It remains nonetheless that I am very shocked by this situation. It was Paris with Notre Dame, now it's Moscow with this parade. What will be the next capital of great power where the attention will be so directed to me? I have the feeling, however, that all this seemed to be calculated to put me forward. I would even imagine an agreement between these powers to arrive at this situation. Indeed, launching a HAARP operation on Moscow, signed on my server, to push me to talk about it, seems incredible to me unless an agreement with Moscow was taken before. All this seemed to me planned, and I am the one who has to understand and to write what happened to me. So there is a new episode to add to my book. I will finally remind you that my only source of income comes today from your only support. Do not think it makes me a fortune. No, hardly enough to keep my internet server and feed me and my family. It does not do much for information you need. Thank you in advance. The least euro count. Thank you for your attention and thank you for your understanding.